everyone. Thank you for joining us today. As you probably heard, this webinar is being recorded. Today's webinar is a member newscast on leveraging the Education Division initiatives and using your member benefits. Again, thank you for joining us. Just a quick debrief of the things we'll cover today. We'll have introduction to the SIIA staff and our special member guest. And then we'll give an opportunity to the member companies that are on today's webinar to introduce themselves, their company, and what they do. We'll review upcoming conferences and events. Mark Schneiderman will discuss advocacy and public policy. Then we'll discuss getting your benefits, downloading publications, participating in committees and working groups, and we'll go over our resources for educators. And then to close off the webinar, we'll discuss Education Division news, and we'll take questions if anyone has any. Okay. So as a member of SIIA, you have access to all staff, no matter the division. But below is just a list of the Education Division staff and Mark Schneiderman, which is actually in Education Policy. So Karen, as you heard, was not able to stay on the call. Karen Billing, she is Vice President of the Education Division. She's been here, Mark, about 10 years, correct? Right about that, yeah. Okay, she's been here for 10 years in the Education Division. She previously worked for a number of pretty big name companies. Can't speak on that because I don't want to get them wrong. And then myself, LaDerby Porteril. I'm the Program Manager in the Education Division. And then Lindsay Harmon, she's actually on this call, so I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm also in the Education Division. I work with Mark, Karen, and LaDerby, doing all different kinds of research on market and policy initiatives.
Great. And then Mark Schneiderman, I'll let him introduce himself.
Okay, thanks. Hi, everyone. This is Mark Schneiderman, Senior Director of Education Policy at SIIA. I've been here for closer to about a dozen years, and my role involves both serving as industry advocate, evangelist, and lobbyist, and also helping SI members, along with Lindsay and LaDerby and Karen, to help them understand the impact of government policies and programs on the market. And prior to this, I was with the Council of Chief State School Officers representing state superintendents and state agencies of education. Thanks.
Great. And then Sarah Karn, she's the intern in the Education Division. She helps us out with a number of our initiatives, and just a great addition. She's actually only been here about a month or so. Is that correct, Sarah?
Yeah, it's about a month.
Okay, but she is doing great, and she helps us produce the EdTech Daily and many other emails that you see. And then we have two very special member guests on this webinar. First, we have Tony Morgan. Tony, I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Tony Morgan. As she said, my current company is TechEra, which since the 90s has had a good history with the development and marketing of data-driven EdTech solutions, as well as consulting in the EdTech market. Currently, I do highly customized, competitive, and related market research projects for EdTech companies, including nowadays text publishers with mobile solutions. I also work with new companies entering the market to understand more or less the lay of the land and the prevailing trends, and sometimes edu-speak to help them comprehend and communicate with the EdTech market. I do want to say something about SIIA while I have the opportunity. I've been a member for 25 plus years in one capacity or another, various companies still in the industry, and some of them acquired by others and so forth. But I have stayed involved in the organization for a number of very key reasons. First of all, is to continue to reap the benefits of the organization, and I want to stress the organization that helped grow and establish the EdTech industry and demonstrate EdTech's positive effect on the quality of education, and continues very aggressively down this path of growth, promotion, and advocacy. There's no one else in the industry doing this the way SIIA does, and it's amazing. Also to support the incredibly dedicated staff, many of whom, such as Karen Billings, Ken Wash, and Mark Schneiderman, who've been around a long time, some of them in different capacities since we were all SPA, Software Publishers Association, way back when, and still dedicated to the good of the industry. I'm also involved for personal benefit. I often laugh about the fact that we've been accused of being an incestuous industry, meaning we stay around while moving around. But this is also an incredible advantage with SIIA continuing to help us keep networked, be progressive, and learn from each other, which is really critical. Members can not only reap the benefits of industry research and publications done by and for SIIA, but also continue to learn from our peers at our SIIA conferences. So it's an incredible way of keeping involved as well as informed. And as a result, I'm now involved on the marketing and membership committees for the simple purpose of helping to make these benefits of the organization visible to both current and prospective members.
Great. Thank you so much, Tony. And we have Sue Hansen on the webinar as well. Sue, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Well, great. Thanks. I want to just quick kind of reiterate what Tony said. I've been with SIIA since the early 90s and just can't imagine being anywhere else where an organization pulls together the brightest minds, the brightest companies, and everybody supports one another. So for those of you on the call, you're definitely in the right spot. As my name of the company, it's PR with Panache, and I think when folks hear PR, sometimes they yawn and they think that it's not important and it's outdated. But, you know, here at PR with Panache, we are really expert modern-day storytellers. And we create for startups all the way up to the largest companies very dynamic, multi-dimensional PR and marketing plans that create the unique impact that's so critical and crucial for our clients in this increasingly competitive environment. You know, things have changed, and we have to keep up with all of those changes. And we put together authentic brand strategies that include, you know, the transmedia outreach for all the different type of media that's important, opportunities for awards and presentations, expertise on creating signature events and conference strategies. And I really think that what sets us apart when we're helping folks is that we bring our client stories to life, because we know that the art of the story keeps them relevant, vibrant, and alive. And I think that's what you need to stand out in this busy environment.
Great. Thank you so much, Sue and Tony. They have been a great contribution to SIIA, so thank you again for joining us. Okay, so we'll give a chance to the participating members to quickly introduce themselves, where they work, and what they do for the member company. We will go ahead and start off with Mike from SIIA Consulting.
Okay, thanks. One of the benefits of having a name, a last name Baum, starting at the beginning of the alphabet, I suppose. I've been in the education business. If you don't count starting out as an English teacher many, many years ago, I've been in the education business for about 18 years. I was CEO of Renaissance Learning with them for the 9-year period when they grew from a few million to a public company of well over 100 million. And since I left them, I have been consulting with companies, not only ed tech, but education companies selling into K-12 in general, on a broad range of marketing issues, product development, product strategy, research, information strategy, branding, marketing, from high level down to the nitty-gritty level. I've been involved in SIIA one way or another since my Renaissance Learning days. We were members of the education division back when, and just starting out really as an individual member of SIIA and exploring networking possibilities within the organization on my own.
Great, thank you so much. And then we have Devin from McGraw-Hill Education on the line as well. Devin, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, this is Devin Loftus, and I work for CTB, which is the division of McGraw-Hill Education, the assessment arm of McGraw-Hill Education in the K-12. space, and I am the director for our product engineering team, so responsibilities in ed tech as far as developing and making our platforms support testing needs going forward in the K-12 market.
Okay, great. Thank you both for joining us today. And I believe that is all for the member companies. So we'll go ahead and review upcoming conferences and events. Our next annual event that we have coming up is the EdTech Business Forum. It's typically the week after Thanksgiving. This year the dates are November 26th through 27th. We are in a new location this year, the McGraw-Hill Conference Center. We actually outgrew our previous location. We were previously in the Princeton Club. I'm not exactly sure for how long, but like I said, we outgrew that location, so we are now at the McGraw-Hill Conference Center right in the heart of New York City. And I'll quickly review some of the upcoming deadlines and programs that we do offer at the EdTech Business Forum. We are accepting applications to speak. Karen is actually heading that up, but we are looking for speakers that can speak on topics such as distribution and consumerization, public and private partnerships, etc. So if you want more information on that, you can go onto our website, and there is also a link on there to apply. And if you have any further questions, or if you want to suggest a topic that you wish to speak on at the forum, feel free to send Karen Billings an email, kbillings@siia.net, with any suggestions or questions that you may have. Also, we are accepting applications for the Innovation Incubator Program. The deadline to apply is September 26th. The main objective of that program is to support entrepreneurs in their development and distribution of innovative learning technologies. So we're looking from anywhere from startup companies to established companies. So we're really excited about that. It helps companies bring awareness to their product and network with key ed tech professionals. So it's, like I said, it's a great product. If you know of anyone that would be a good fit, please refer them to our website and have them apply if they feel it's a program they're interested in. Also, if you are attending the forum, we do have the hotel deadline coming up on October 25th. It is at a cheaper room block rate, so if you're interested in that, please just follow this link. I'll be sending out this presentation after the webinar, or you can just visit our website. And we have the early bird registration rate as well coming up at the end of October on the 29th, so save some money. That's always good. You can register before that deadline. Also, the one-to-one business connection meetings is just a set of somewhat speed networking, but not as fast. We match up listening companies, which are the McGraw-Hills, the Pearsons, etc., with newer companies that are looking to partner up with companies, whether it be for distribution, etc. If you're interested in that, or if you wish to apply, again, you can visit our website. And the deadlines for that is November 5th for listening and November 12th for presenting companies. And again, if you want to get in contact with us via Twitter, which is very popular nowadays, use the hashtag ETBF12. Also, our annual event, the EdTech Industry Summit, which takes place during the spring in San Francisco. We had a great event earlier this year, and if you wish to read up on the summaries, view photos, and view our presentation, they're all available on our website, siia.net/etbf. Next year's conference dates are May 5th through 7th. And again, if you wish to tweet us, use the hashtags listed there. Karen, along with a few key industry professionals, host a monthly Lunch and Learn in New York City. It's at, Mark, do you remember the name of the law firm is hosted in?
I don't recall.
Okay. There's more information on their website. You can follow the link that's provided here. Each month they focus on a different key initiative in education. This year, September's focus, which the Lunch and Learn was actually today, but again it's held monthly. This month's focus was, what does research say about the use of games? And you get to hear presentations from industry professionals and get to network and meet new people. It's really a great event. I went earlier this year and had a great time, so if you're interested in that, please check out our website. Again, we have various webinars and events that we host throughout the year. We try to keep our members in the know and up to date on key industry subjects and what's going on. So if you're interested in any of those or any of our divisions webinars, you can visit our website, siia.net/events. But just below here listed are a few upcoming education division webinars tomorrow. We have a Cody one. Mark is hosting the LRMI Progress and Impact webinar on next Monday. And we actually have a members-only briefing. That's actually not an education division webinar, but it is of interest to our members. And then we have in October, which Mark again is heading, the Turning SIS LMS Data into Action. So again, if you're interested in any of these, please register, or if you want to see a list of all upcoming webinars and events, check out our events page online.
Hey, LaDerby, it might make sense. I don't know if Sue or Tony have any comments about what they've gained from events and attending, whether it's our large events or other forums.
Yeah, and Tony, if you can speak on judging the Innovation Incubator program as well, that would be great.
Yeah, the EdTech meeting out in San Francisco is one not to miss, with the Cody Awards and the Innovation Incubator finalists and winners and so forth. It's a great place to celebrate everything that we do, but also the meetings are incredible. I learned so much at that, and there's so many things going on, you can almost not get to all of them, but it's amazing what we can get out of that meeting, and it's one that I would not miss for anything in the world. On the Innovation Incubator, I have been pleased to be a judge, and it's amazing. It's a wonderful way to get some good insights into new ideas in the EdTech market, and very much appreciated. I think the support that SIIA gives these people, my experience has been they've been overwhelmed with how those of us that have been involved have helped them to get to know people at SIIA, get more involved in the industry and more involved in the association. And it's really a very gratifying experience, and the companies they're just really warm and receptive. It's been much fun. Love it.
Great. And Mark, did you have anything to add, or anyone else has anything to add? Please feel free to speak up.
Well, this is Sue. I agree with Tony. I wouldn't miss either of the large events that SIIA puts on. As far as our own personal education, it's unbelievable what you walk away with. Of course, all of the relationship building. But I just think that because of the minds that are gathered there, you walk away loving what you're doing and the piece that you play in that big group of people. But the education, is unbelievable. And I've got 2 clients that, have been hesitant because they're small startups, and both of them are going to apply for the Innovation Incubator program that's coming up for the New York event. And it's just exciting to see, and I can't wait for them to meet more of the folks at SIIA.
Great, thank you. And then I will actually switch it over to Mark and Lindsay to speak on advocacy work.
Okay, thanks, LaDerby. So as I mentioned before in introducing myself, My role includes, or my primary role is to serve as industry lobbyist. I'm part of a government affairs team here of about 4 of us who cover not only issues related to educational technology, but broader issues that impact other vertical channels and really the horizontal channel of the software and digital content and online services industry. So we come together through our Government Affairs Council, and issues that are addressed include online privacy and cybersecurity, intellectual property policies, patent reform, copyright, licensing models are certainly a core policy principle of SIIA's, e-government issues, trade and taxation, just a whole host of issues where we are here to serve as a representative for the industry before Congress, for the presidential administration, before state governments and legislators, and also before foreign governments and international bodies as well. We have our EdTech Policy Committee, which is open to all. It meets monthly, and that's where I share with SIIA members our education technology-specific policy and legislative initiatives to get their feedback on what we should be doing. When you get the slides, you'll see the link to our policy priorities and background for the year. And there's a list of some of the recent areas we've been involved in. Our comments to the Texas Education Agency on their changes to their textbook adoption process, and something we've been active with for years in pushing for state textbook policies to be more friendly to digital content. We've worked on Race to the Top, and you see several comments there around the district program and around the assessment program, really just trying to make sure that there's an appropriate role for the private sector and that we don't see inappropriate government regulations or requirements or things of that sort. Right now we're actually working again on COPPA, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. They're looking to update that, and that can sometimes create a lot of headaches in the marketplace. So we actually just an hour ago had one of the 5 chairs of the Federal Trade Commission here in the SIIA conference room to talk about these issues. And so those are just a few examples of our advocacy efforts. And again, it's kind of a unique channel for us in terms of being the leading advocate for the industry. There are education groups that lobby a little bit on technology and education. There are industry groups that maybe lobby on broader technology issues, but really only SIIA is out there pushing for policies and regulations to enhance and extend digital learning. I mentioned mostly some K-12 issues, but we also operate on pushing a higher education agenda as well.
I'd like to add something to that, Mark. I have had the good fortune of acting in some lobbying activities a while back, but this is one of my earlier comments. This is one of the things that this organization has, in terms of not only the thoroughness of it and the persistence of it and the effectiveness of it. That's really what helped us grow this industry when it was small and struggling, and it's continuing to help us broaden it in ways that are very important to education. So more power to you, Mark.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate your support. Let me turn to Lindsay for the next slide number on translating policy to actionable market intelligence, and then I'll fill in, Lindsay, anything that you may have missed.
Okay. Well, obviously, we have all this knowledge that we have, and we want to share it with our members and with the software industry as a whole. And one of the best ways to do that is with the SIIA EdTech Government Forum. That's in March, and that will be a great way to get together thought leaders and important players in the government side of things to show what's going on. In addition to that, we put out a lot of blogs and papers and that sort of thing. There was recently one for members about the Florida digital transition, and we're also working on state reports to help our members leverage state funding to get their stuff into the classrooms and understand how that works in various states. We also do webinars to educate people on policy and what's going on, all of that sort of thing. There's a list here, and different primers, reports, all of that kind of thing. So just as much information as we can get to you, the better.
Great.
Mark, do you want to?
That was perfect. And we haven't announced it yet this year, but the EdTech Government Forum, there's the link to last year on the slide. This year it looks like it's going to be April 9th through the 11th in Washington, D.C., but we haven't announced that yet, but you can put it on your calendars. Before I turn it back to LaDerby for the next set of issues, are there any comments or questions on issues around advocacy and government funding? Okay, thanks. Anyone who wants to get involved, please get in touch with me.
Mark, I actually ask that you cover slide 9 if possible, but before then, we have 2 members from Mimeo, and I wanted to give them an opportunity to quickly introduce themselves. So you can each just take a turn, about 30 seconds or so, and let us know who you are, what you do at Mimeo, and what Mimeo does as a company.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure who the other person is on the phone from Mimeo. We're all at our desks. But this is Paget Hetherington. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Mimeo. And Mimeo is an educational technology company that provides interactive technology hardware as well as content and software for the K-12 market. So that's who we are.
Thank you. I think we have Dawn on the line as well.
Yep, this is Dawn Aguiar. I'm the digital and e-commerce marketing manager here at Mimeo.
Great. Thank you both for joining us today. And again, Mark and Lindsay, if you can just take over for this slide.
Okay, I probably should have taken the last one and given Lindsay this one, but we'll reverse it. And a few items are repeated. I think the short of it is that, as Lindsay outlined, we have a lot of different resources and publications. Some of them are broader market information. Some of them are specific to government programs and funding streams that your customers use to buy your products, such as the E-rate. And our major publications are available in our e-store. We also have other resources that you can find by going into our SIIA Education Division resources page, and you can search for different issues. I'll mention a couple of these reports quickly and then let Lindsay take the others. The Guide to the E-Rate we produced with Funds for Learning a few months ago. It is a really comprehensive but pointed, targeted guide specifically for software publishers and digital content providers whose products generally don't qualify for E-Rate funding, but we feel it's important that you understand this primary funding stream and how you can support your customers in using those funds and what it means for the overall connectivity of our schools to your products. We also put out a primer a few months ago on education interoperability standards. It's a very important area for the maturity of the sector, that we have better integration among products and exchange of data across platforms. So this piece will help give you sort of basic information you need to understand interoperability and the opportunities, and to also it's something that can be used with your customers and shared openly with them. And it's really it's both informative, and it's also intended to be an advocacy piece to encourage the sector, industry, and customers to move forward and adopt interoperability standards and make it a priority. So with that, I'll turn it over to Lindsay for the market survey and vision report.
Okay. So those are our 2 major surveys and survey reports, the Vision K20 and the market survey. Vision K20 report was released, I believe, end of July, early August, and it outlines the results of our Vision K20 survey, and that survey goes out to educators across America to get an idea of where they think they are on achieving the vision for technology and education that SIIA has. And if you go to SIIA.net/VisionK20, you can read more about the Vision K20 and check out the report and all that sort of thing. The big findings for this year were that people generally want more technology and education. There isn't a fear of it, which I know has been one of the myths, is that teachers are afraid of it. In general, people wanted more. The market survey, we survey companies in the market, and we get financial data from them, very confidential, and then compile it to determine the different segments of the market, what's happening, trends in the market, that sort of thing. We should be publishing our 2011 one later this month, early next, and that will outline, it'll be our first year having any higher education data, and we will also be on our second year of PK-12 data, so there can be some minor trending in the industry, see if it's expanded, what's going on in the industry as a whole, and what are other companies doing. So now that you're members, that report we highly encourage you to contribute to. And with the Vision K20, that's available to all our members as well, just to get an idea of what educators are looking for.
And this is Mark. I just want to very quickly underscore a point on each of those. The Vision report is really a great tool for you to share with your customers. It gives them a way to benchmark their progress against where they want to be and where the rest of where our schools on average are and universities are. And then on the market survey, we're collecting your sales data. It's completely confidential, as Lindsay pointed out. Our sector, our industry, does not have very good data to estimate our size. We think the customer surveys that are done are very inaccurate, but our survey on the supply side will only be as accurate as you all make it by completing that survey and sharing your data, your revenue data with us. Again, completely confidential. The data information is aggregated, and you'll see from the first year of the report, nobody's confidence was broken in sharing out any information. So we'll be launching the next version soon and encourage you to look out for that and fill that out moving forward.
Great. Thank you so much, Mark and Lindsay. We'll move along to how you as a member can get involved. We're always looking for contributions such as articles, white papers, etc. for our website. So if you have any of that you wish to contribute, please reach out to me. Again, as we mentioned earlier, attend industry events. It's a great way to, again, stay in the know and to network. And if you're interested in speaking at the upcoming EdTech Business Forum, please fill out our online speaker application or reach out to Karen Billings. You can also join the Ed Division Task Force on Accessibility and Cloud and Diversity. And a great way to get your word out is to gain exposure through the EdTech Daily and newsletter. You can submit announcements, press releases, job openings, etc. So if you have anything you wish to contribute to either the EdTech Daily, which goes out daily to over 2,000 plus subscribers, or to our biweekly member newsletter, which only goes out to our Education Division members, please get in contact with me. I'll be happy to add those for you. And here we have a number of, well, all of our committees and working groups that we have available to our members. We encourage all members to participate in at least one of these working groups or committees to help us drive our initiatives, and let us know what you want to see from us and what type of work you want to see from us as a member. One of our member guests, Tony Morgan, is actually on the Membership and Marketing Committee. We do some great work in those two committees. We have the Market Data and Analysis, Tech Dev, which Mark contributes a lot to, and the education and workforce training committees. And then we have a number of working groups, games, global, post-secondary, voice of the educator, and the cloud group. So if you're interested in any of those, please reach out to either Karen or I, and we can get you more information. And then we're also accepting nominations for the Ed Division Board. So if you're interested in that, the deadline is coming up on the 24th. Or if you have any questions on what will be expected of you as a board member, feel free to reach out to Karen, and she can let you know all there is to know about that. But if you wish to submit a nomination, please follow the link. And again, I'll be sending out these slides after the webinar, so you can have quick links to all of our web pages, applications and forms, etc. We also have a post-secondary sector board of directors. You can follow that link to see who's on there. And we have a lot of great things going on, and really appreciate when our members join and help us, like I said, drive our initiatives. Here we have a number of our resources for educators that we provide to our members to either use to help their clients, etc., or if you know of anyone that would be could benefit from these resources, feel free to direct them to our website listed there. We have the Vision K20, which was Lindsay spoke about earlier, software technology guidance. Like I said, a number of great resources, so if you're interested, please visit our website, and we're continuously working to bring you more resources, more publications, etc. So just continuously check our website, and of course we will promote it and make you all aware of what we have going on through our member newsletter, etc. And again, we have 2 minutes left, so I want to understand you have other things going on, so I'll quickly wrap up. Just some Education Division news. Like I just mentioned, we're now accepting nominations for the Education Board. Deadline is September 24th. We now have pages on Facebook and LinkedIn. We actually have a page on Facebook and a group on LinkedIn. So if you just search for SIIA Education Division, you can join us. You can stay up to date of industry news, upcoming association deadlines, etc. So please look us up and join us. And as Lindsay mentioned earlier, we will be releasing the PK-12 and the Higher Ed Market Report, so look out for that. We will send out member email communications to let you know when those are released. Again, if you have not subscribed to the EdTech Daily, please do so. Add karen.billings@siia.net to your email safe list, so to be sure to receive all of our email communication. Also add edtechdaily@siia.net to the safe list as well. And then here on this next slide, we just list your fellow colleagues and members of the Education Division. We have a great group of members, and we appreciate all of you. So if you ever need to see who's a member, we do list a full list of our member companies on our website, siia.net/education. And then if there are any questions, you can feel free to ask now. Feel free to shoot any of us an email. Our emails are listed in an earlier slide. But again, if you have any questions, please feel free to speak up.
Just one, and I don't know whether you can answer it, but you've asked 2 or 3 times, and I also got the email from Karen looking for speakers for the business forum in November in New York, which, if anybody's on the phone hasn't been to that, it's a terrific event. You know if there are any topics or kinds of general topics that you're particularly looking for speakers about? There's always a lot of people talking about the financial market aspects of the K-12, particularly at the field. Anything else that's particularly a hot button?
Sure. I'll just read off what Karen actually listed on what she's looking for. She's looking for folks to talk about distribution in the era of consumerization, public-private partnerships, forecast for education funding, post-election, demystifying IP, who owns what, mobile, exit strategies beyond the IPO, and she also has a few different sessions which are less defined at this point, how products are being developed, how products are being marketed, and how products are being sold. Again, that's a general outline of what Karen is looking for, but again, if you have any suggestions on topics you think will be a good contribution to the forum, please reach out to Karen, and she will let you know what there is to know about moving forward with that.
And the theme this year is looking at the seismic shifts in the sector. So
along that line, I think when I get a lot of questions in other aspects of my life, as well as the consulting that I do, is more commentary on the impact of tablets and mobile devices on the delivery of instruction. Some of us that have been around for as long as I have kept thinking that all this mobile stuff was going to happen years ago, and a lot of people are thinking it's on the verge of happening big time right now. So I think that would be a good topic.
Great. I'll actually feel free to shoot Karen an email, but if not, I have took a note, and I'll let her know.
Okay, great.
Okay.
We have pilots going on in our district here in California of kids that have actually iPads. They can't bring them home yet, but it's happening, and it's amazing.
It's happening here, too, in the county I live in Maryland, as well. So, yeah, that's definitely a good topic.
Yeah, I mean, desktop and laptop sales are down, and the tablet sales are up.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So if there are no further questions, I'll actually adjourn this webinar. Again, I thank you all for joining us. Special thank you to Sue and Tony, our member guest. And if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or email us. I will be sending the slides out after the webinar, and a recording will be available on our website. I'll email that link as well to everyone. So you'll have quick access to the different links and different deadlines and information we covered today. But again, if you have any questions, please feel free to visit our website or get in contact with us. And thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please stand by.